Title: My wife started going out every weekend with her divorced girlfriends. I put a voice recorder in her bag and heard them telling her, "You're not your toy. Live for yourself for once. You need to set yourself free." The next day, she took off her ring. Then her sister showed up on my porch, showed me a single message on her phone, and within an hour, my wife's entire life was in ruins. Start. I noticed the change in her eyes first. She used to look at me like I was her anchor. Lately, it was as if she was looking past me, searching for something else, someone else. Every weekend, she was gone, always with her divorced girlfriends. I played the role of the clueless husband, but inside, my instincts sharpened like a blade. So I planted the recorder. A small device slipped deep into her handbag. It was the silence afterward that terrified me most, waiting for proof, waiting for betrayal to stop being a suspicion and turn into truth. When I pressed play, I heard their voices. Not hers, not yet, her friends. Bitter, broken, and poisonous. "You're not his toy. Live for yourself for once. You need to set yourself free." Then, silence, followed by the sound of her sighing. It wasn't resistance, it was agreement. The next morning, she left her wedding ring on the counter. No words, just a band of gold abandoned like I meant nothing. That was the moment I stopped being her husband and started being her reckoning. We'd been married 10 years. 10 years of loyalty, of building, of sacrifice. I paid for her education. I carried us through the lean years. I gave her comfort, security, a life others envied. I thought we were a team. I thought wrong. Her betrayal wasn't an affair of flesh. It was worse. It was betrayal of loyalty, of vows, of the quiet promises spoken when no one else was listening. She wanted freedom from me, the man who built the very world she was standing on. I didn't rage. I didn't scream. I learned a long time ago that silence is sharper than anger. So I started to plan. I gathered everything: bank accounts, screenshots of her texts to her friends, the recording. I even consulted a lawyer, quietly, methodically. A divorce filed on grounds of abandonment meant I'd lose little, but I wanted more than freedom. I wanted her stripped bare, forced to see the ruins she had made with her own hands. And then came the unexpected ally, her sister. She showed up at my door one evening, face pale, phone shaking in her hands. She said nothing at first, just handed me the screen, one message, from my wife to her so-called friends. It read, "He doesn't deserve me. I'll take what I can, and I'll leave him. He'll beg when I'm gone." That was the final spark. I didn't need to convince her sister of anything. She already hated the arrogance dripping from those words. Within an hour, we were aligned. My wife's own blood was ready to help burn her illusions to ash. The trap was set that weekend. She walked back into the house like a queen returning to her castle. She didn't notice the coldness in my voice. She didn't see the quiet calculation in my eyes. She only saw her freedom, her imagined power. I told her we needed to talk. She smirked, as if she'd been waiting for this moment. But I didn't speak. I pressed play. The recording filled the room. Her friends, her sigh, her silence. Then the message from her phone, displayed on the TV screen for her to read, word for word. "He'll beg when I'm gone." She froze. The smirk vanished. Her face drained as her sister stepped into the room, arms crossed, eyes burning with betrayal of her own. Every secret, every lie, every twisted thought was laid bare between us. I didn't shout. I didn't curse. I let the evidence do the speaking. I watched her break under the weight of her own words. She tried denial, then tears, then rage. Each phase fell flat against the calm wall of my silence. Her sister turned her back on her, called her selfish, called her ungrateful, walked out, leaving her alone with me. I handed her the divorce papers already prepared. No negotiation, no leverage, everything in my favor. She would leave with nothing but her freedom, the very thing she thought she wanted. She begged then, not for love, not for me, for comfort, for the life she thought she could abandon and reclaim whenever she pleased. I watched her realize the truth. Freedom was far more expensive than she had ever imagined. Her life unraveled in days. Her friends, the same ones who encouraged her rebellion, vanished when they saw she had nothing to offer them. Her sister cut contact. Her reputation shattered when whispers spread about how she tried to manipulate and use me. And me? I didn't gloat. I didn't dance on the ashes. I simply moved forward. I had given her everything, and she traded it for nothing. I took back what was mine and left her to choke on her choices. Now, when I look back, I don't feel pain. I don't feel regret. I feel clarity. She wanted freedom. I gave it to her, stripped of comfort, stripped of support, stripped of the illusion that she was untouchable. My revenge wasn't fire. It was ice. Not loud, not chaotic, but precise, unstoppable, final. And when I saw her walk out of my house for the last time, carrying nothing but a bag of clothes and her pride in ruins, I realized something. I never begged. She did. And that was enough.